Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome again. I hope you're doing fine. Is this thing on? Yeah, looks like we are live. So, hi. Today we have our second stream. And previously we did a big mess with my prototype keyboard. But everything turned out great. We managed to change the sensor. We managed to change the MCU. So today what we need to do is to put everything back inside. Then I think I had something like a bearing trap, because when I put this back on, there is a huge hole. And I think somewhere in my files, I think I had like a 3D print where I could just seal all the gaps around here. And this would prevent the bearing bolts from falling inside. So if I can find it, I will print it. If I can't find it, maybe we will make one. And that would be actually quite great, because I am not quite sure how the original design would fit on this one, because they are a little bit different. But the sensor part, I mean the lens, is the same. So technically it should fit. And the only thing that I would need to change would be to leave some space for all those solder pads where the pins used to be, because I don't have these in the same spots. And I think screws are more or less in the same position, so that should be easy. And after that, I think the next thing we need to do is to have the boot magic finally, because I was pretty much sure I had it, but as it turned out previously, I don't. And now when we will be doing a little bit more programming, maybe it would be good to have this feature on, so then I can just enter programming mode without having to like remove everything to have the access to the keys. So we'll try to do that. And after that, I think it's about time to finally move to the prototyping phase. I have a different design for this one, slightly different. Actually, the difference will be on the left side. So as you can see here, I use these keys for the mouse, and after a while the thumb can get sore because it's like overused. I mean, depends how much you use the mouse. So I decided to add 3 more keys over here, and this will be only for like typing, and the mouse keys will be here, because having them on the forefinger is like much more convenient. So we will move this away and see how it turns out. Yeah, so time is short, and I think I should get to work. But before, I think I will just try to turn it and see if it's still working, if it didn't die. So, and I need both parts to be connected, because with only one there is a driver issue with the I2C. So the driver will keep looking for the, technically nothing will be working. The driver for the mouse sensor won't also start, and everything will be very choppy. So I need to have like both parts connected, but that's not an issue. So let me just plug this thing on. Okay, the light is on. Let's do like a quick check. Let's go over here. So the sensor. Yeah, it still works, so that's good. And let's check the keys. How about this one? Yeah, okay. So the keys is if these work, everything should be fine. Okay, so I guess I can unplug it now and try to everything back inside. I'm a bit worried because there is quite a lot of wire here, and I don't really want to like desolder everything and solder it back in. So maybe I will just try to kind of like push it. It always works until it doesn't. All right. So I think I will push this one back. Okay, first I need to remove this magnetic holder, and I'm not quite sure if this is gonna fit. But we're gonna find out soon. Okay, so more or less it was placed like this, but I can see that it's like VCC is in the way a little. No, that should be fine. All right, ground is sticking out. Just push it back in, or maybe later. Okay, so I'm thinking whether I should put back the bottom right now, or should I try to... Yeah, I guess I will just go with the bottom piece. All right. So this is the bottom part, and I guess I have to push everything back so nothing will get in the way, and then we can try to somehow fit everything together. But I need to have... Okay, so the MCU has to be already placed inside. So, like this, and so I need to push these wires through. Okay, this should be fine, and the plate goes like this. Maybe for now I'll just use like 2 small screws and just realign everything, and then we can put back everything on. somehow difficult to align it. Okay. And one more, just to hold everything in place. Okay. So now I can put back the magnetic connector. So okay, this kind of holds everything together, but originally I designed this, and on the other side there goes like a stop, and it can be screwed in from the bottom. So this is meant to kind of hold the MCU when someone's connecting something from this side. But since the magnetic connector holds everything, I'll just leave it like that for now. And the wire goes back in. I can see that my stream bot doesn't really type to YouTube. Not quite sure what happened. Anyway. Okay, but the question is, what was the rotation before? Should I? Okay, I will give it one more try, just to see how is the how will be the sensor rotated, so that I don't have to change it later on in the firmware, depending on how I screw it in. If like this, or maybe I should get it the other way around. Okay. And let's give it a try. Okay, I think should be like this, although I'm not quite sure at this moment. Oh, it's gonna be difficult to push it inside without any wires sticking out and like getting caught by the sensor later on. That's the beauty of hand-wired keyboards, especially if it's like a prototype. Okay, I think I got it. Should try to put the screw in. Okay, looks good. And to make things worse, that's the part the lens is kind of blocking the screw. It seems like we managed to get through. Okay, so it's not that bad. I can try put on the ball there, and from then just maybe 1 or 2 screws just to see if it even works. Because what is important with this type of sensor is that the height from the ball to the lens should be 2.2, 2.4 millimeters. And this thing is very sensitive. If there's like a slight discrepancy, even though the margin is kind of big because it's like between 2 and 2.4 or maybe 2 to 2 to 4, something like that. I'm not quite sure. We can check the data sheet later. It's very finicky, and if there's only just like a small difference, it starts acting up. So it's very important to have the correct height on this thing. Longer screws push through, but should be quite fine as long as it's straight. Okay, this one is almost went through. So I'm gonna leave it like that and add one more, and then we can try to put the ball holder form like with the just need to align these holes. It's easy. The screw is sticking out a little bit. Then Yeah, definitely. The other one, it depends. Keeps pushing out. Okay, misaligned. I need to remove. Well, seems it doesn't fit either way. I think I need to redesign this to make. I think I finally got the correct orientation. Yes. finally. Okay, it's so what I can do now is to put back the bearings. Before that, I think I should keep them clean because I've been using this keyboard for some key very quickly. The issue is it's easy to lose them. And today's stream is without the music. Seems like safe channels on YouTube is one big BS. I got a strike on my first stream, very first, second. So I guess I'm gonna skip that for a while. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about, the bearing trap. Well, now I just realized I will have to open it up again quite soon if I want to program it. I still have a DFU mode on the keyboard. But if I break something with the firmware before I manage to set up boot magic, that will be it. I will be opening everything all over again. So maybe for now we'll just leave those two screws, give a good clean for the trackball. I mean for the ball. And we push it back in. Yeah, and it's okay. It's smooth. Okay, so now I can do together and check how is the sensor doing. Do I need to apply any new rotation or anything like that? Okay, so we are back on the PC. Keyboard is connected and it doesn't work. Well, I guess that might be the issue. It stopped working altogether. That's interesting. wonder what happened. Oh, that's interesting. So I guess we still have to open it up anyway. That's maybe just like a technical issue. Definitely it stopped working. How cool is that? Okay, so I guess I have, or maybe I would try replugging the TRRS cable. Maybe this will help, but I rather doubt that. Okay, where are we? Nope, nothing's happening. Great. I wonder what happened. Okay, so back. From the MCU, so I think the power is being it stopped registering in Windows, so I guess just open it up quickly and see what's up with it. Easy to open. I'm very curious what happened. It looked so good. Was ready to go, and then it died for whatever reason. Quick connect. So the light is on. Yeah, but no response. keyboard. That's interesting. I see there's like a capacitor quite close, and I have a support over here. I don't think it makes a difference. Okay, one more try. Okay, now it works. I guess maybe there's something with the magnetic connector, because now it works. I'm not like getting pushed back. I will try again. Okay, now it doesn't work. So there's got to be something else. Let me remove that. Okay, I will try now. Maybe my awesome soldering is causing some issues. Maybe there's like a code somewhere. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, how do we look now? Okay, and okay, now it works. Truly odd things happening. If I put it back, how does it look like now? Okay, I think, yeah. So it looks like there is not enough space, because when I push the controller back in, and seems like the socket kind of moves out a little. Okay, now it works. If I unplug, plug back in. and now it doesn't work. So okay, so it looks like I need to push it a little bit harder. Mm. Okay. One more try. Works. I wonder if I can just print this holder that I had before. Not quite sure if I have it ready. So maybe this way I can kind of prevent it from moving a little, and then when I push from this side, I should have a good connection. But I can also use a normal cable. This might be a bit risky. And also I'm not quite sure if it's gonna, probably not, it won't even reach anyway. Let's try. Yeah, won't do like that. Okay, so I guess I should look for the pin. I'll be right back. I hope I can find it somewhere. Okay, no luck, I can't find it. So I guess I will just try to print it. Okay, good that I have the project open already. And I think it should be somewhere, maybe at the bottom. Nope. So this is the full assembly for the trackball. But okay, this one is not here. I think it was somewhere at the, maybe at the base. No. Here I have keys, so this won't work. And these are the holders. I'm pretty much sure it was here somewhere. There it is. We do have a Pro Micro. Let's make this active. Okay. That's a tiny fella. That's okay. Let's just make only this one visible. And let's try to print it. Let's say MCU holder. I wonder what's the distance from here. I can just hold Control and click this face. It's 1.6, but I do have the tape, so maybe I should just add maybe like 0.1 to make it, give it some more space. And also I'm not quite sure if, I think there are buttons here. Ah, yeah, right. Okay, that's a problem now. So I can one way I can just put it in like backwards, so then I won't be needing this part. But what I can do, I can also copy this one and just remove this thing. Yeah, the space is quite occupied. There are also switches here. Unless I can fit inside this connector, but that doesn't look like a good idea. If we look at it right now, that's the bottom. Okay, so the whole thing looks more or less like this. And if I put the, I'm not quite sure if I have the, I didn't put Pro Micro here. I only have the holders. Oh no, Pro Micro is here. Okay, so more or less it looks like this. So one way I can tackle this problem, I can just print it all the way to this wall, but then there is the issue. There are wires coming out from here. So blocking it like that will be also a problem. Maybe let's copy this one and let's just move it away a little. Or maybe I will just leave it like that and only change name. So I will call this one RP2040 holder. Okay. And what I can do now, I will just remove this part. I think that's enough if I just push it all the way here. Okay. So let's hide others and I can export this one. So I will have both of these. I need to change name to 2040. Okay. So now let's jump into the Bamboo Studio. Okay, new version. Okay, let's skip for now. And prepare. I don't think I'm using PTG. I'm using PLA plus. Okay. So I can add these two and print them while we try to figure out if there's any better way. Can I add both? Yeah, I guess. Load these files as single objects with no. How do I move it? Okay. So that's not so bad. Let's flip this one around. So I guess just the default settings should be fine. We can do it slow because it won't speed up anyway. If we slice it, I'm kind of worried about this wall over here. But okay, let's just print 8 minutes. Can we skip at leveling? Or maybe better not. Just go. Okay, so I can go back to the PC and I think I have a preview of what's happening. Loading, loading. Okay, I can see the picture here, but I can't see it there. Okay, so this one is kind of useless. We can do it like that. You should be able to hear the printer in the other room. When I talk, I think it should be audible. Okay, going back to the keyboard. How could I make it work without putting in a lot of work? Well, I guess I still need to wait for those pieces to print. So only then I can check if they fit anyway. But in the meantime, since we are not doing much, I think I can show you how the new part will, the new keyboard, how it's gonna look like. Let me just hide this one. We won't be needing this, and can also fold this part. So this is the left part. So that's the one that we will be modifying. I think I had it modified over here. So yeah, more or less. So this is how it's gonna look like. So these two keys are the additional ones. And on top of that, I think I have somewhere, because this part is the part with the volume control. Okay, chat is telling me there is no stream on YouTube. It's kind of odd because I can see. Let me check quickly. Indeed. Ah, I forgot to press the go live button. That's great. Okay, now we are live. So YouTube was only showing me a preview, and I didn't notice there is no live. Okay, thank you chat for pointing this one out. I didn't notice that YouTube is gone. But I can always upload the full version later. Okay, and we have spam again. How do I block people? Most probably it doesn't really. Could I? So it's the second stream and the spam in it. Something to deal with later. Okay, I see YouTube is live as well. Yeah, now it works. Okay, my bad. Sorry about that. Okay, how is the print going? Where are we? Oh, 78%. It's such a small print. I'm not surprised. But okay. Still gonna take a while for them to cool down. Okay, while we are at it, this is the newer version. It's not done yet. That was just like a mock-up to see how would those two keys perform. So everything seemed fine. So sometime later, maybe today, maybe on Friday, I think we will start moving the current version into this one. So that might be quite interesting. And on top of that, okay, I don't think I even add the volume here, because I think I will be trying to change it. That's the original volume, it should be right here. So it's kind of like clashing with those two keys, but that's not a problem. I can always move it slightly and it should be fine. and this should be rather easy to change anyway. Okay, I think the printer finished already. Yep. Okay, I will just go and pick it up. Okay, so I'm back and I have those parts with me. So this is how they look like. Okay. I'm gonna see. Well, I think I can use this one. This one. Okay. This is M2 and I don't really have one. Okay, let's see. We need a short one. Maybe like the length 5 mm. It should go like this. Stick out on the other. So 5 mm should do. I will try to screw this one in. And then we can try to align it. Might be tricky to get it like straight. Okay, not so bad. It's still moving. Okay, so I hope this helps somehow. Now I need something to reach inside. So it's a bit tricky. I think I will try to just attach the bottom. Maybe from there I can somehow put it against the MCU. Okay. We are here and it's a bit tricky. It's difficult to reach, but no problem. Okay. So let's reattach the connect it even didn't move. So that's a success. Okay. And here comes the keyboard. Quick check. So okay, keys working. Okay, that's great. And the sensor, yeah, response. Okay, let's just unplug it, plug it back in. Okay, still works. Has this helped? For now, at least. Okay, so I think I can finally put everything together. And as before, most probably I will be struggling to put this one on. feel this capacity I mentioned before. It is what I put the screw in. Actually, I was thinking about how to redesign the bottom to accommodate for different sensors. And if I remember correctly, the first version, I had a OpenSCAD script that was like generating everything. So I think we can go with this one and just put like a different spacing for the columns. So because now they are kind of like on the side of the wall, so we can move them to be connected to the bottom. So that will be like a much more, it will provide more space. So then it will be easy even like in the future if there's like a completely different sensor, maybe more popular, maybe better, with different dimensions, it should be even easier to accommodate for that. And just like change the one variable and the whole thing will be generated. Okay, so I will put the ball holder over here. And for screw, maybe this one for a change. Hey chat, how's your day going so far? Or maybe morning, or maybe evening, or maybe it's the middle of the night for you. Whoever you are who's watching, drop a message. I'm very curious. Oh, it's at the door. No way. Okay, continue. Okay, how do I think it should be like this. I think this time I will get it right on the first try. Because it feels like it's holding correctly. Yes, so wasn't that bad this time around. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. But a postman, delivery. How cool is that? Okay, where were we? So I got this one screwed in. Let's do quick check if it still works. I hope it does. So then we can finally check the trackball, because I have not seen this one in action yet. This module. Okay, so we are back here. So this is my main keyboard. It should be working, and okay, and that's Chordie. Still works. That's great. So I guess I can continue putting back to there. Okay. So now the bearings. And it's gone. Okay, one more time. Yeah, it's very difficult to print the holes for this so that they kind of fit inside. Rather small thing. Okay, quick move. Yes, they're still in place. Okay. One more test. Okay, so the main keyboard works. That's Chordie, and okay, so the sensor is, I will have to rotate. Well, actually, I think that the orientation is the same as mine. So now left is right and right is left and up is down. Well, that's not an issue. Okay, we can change that in firmware. I don't have to open the whole thing again. Let's just move here. So let's take a look. Yeah, and I made things harder on myself just to by using Vim, but you know, it's always best to learn as you go and go like cold turkey. So I think there was a setting somewhere over here. There was something called rotation. Ah, there it is, 270. So does it mean that I should just remove that if it's like completely the opposite way? There's an invert X, so I have to remove this one for sure. Let's remove both and save. Okay. Our favorite MSys that is so fast in compiling. I think for the next stream I will try to prepare like a virtual machine with Linux on it, and then we can see if it makes any difference, if it's faster or not. So let's compile this one. What is it actually complaining about? I don't quite understand this message. But it compiles, so I can't complain when it compiles. So slow. Oh, it's a time for a drink. So it looks like YouTube stream is 1 hour behind. I mean, I missed 1 hour. I can upload later. Okay, so I think it finished compiling. So what I can do now, I'm gonna connect the keyboard. I'm not quite sure how was the DFU. Or maybe... Okay, now I have to check how was the DFU mode on this one. Okay, so the layout is defined over here. It looks a little bit messy, but actually it's not that bad. It's very easy to figure out what is what, because like every key has a name, like over here, like key A, KA, K4, and so forth. And then all you have to do is to define the key combination in the chords section, and later on you have the key codes. So it's like position based. So these first two keys that I just this first key is key A. So over here in the keys, it's either A. It's actually a layer modifier. So on press, on tap it's an A, on hold it changes the layer. So it's kind of easy to figure out what is what. But what are we looking is the boot. If I have it here somewhere. Or maybe was it like a leader key? I might have put it under the leader key. Yes. Okay, so it was a leader and B. Leader and B. How did I define the leader key? That's the question. I think I did it like this. Yes. Okay, so I can just copy. I wonder if I can just send it from here. Yes, I can do it like that, and it should. Yeah, has a tribute already. Okay, so now left and right is up and down. So I guess I will have to do like a rotation. 180. Is this gonna be enough? Let's go back to the config and let's do 180. Okay, save. Okay, I changed that to 180. So let's save this one and compile again. Yeah, we are really wasting time waiting on this. Oh, it's done already. Did it really change anything? Okay. I'm not quite sure if it compiled. Yeah, looks like it compiled correctly. What is interesting is that it didn't really compile much. It just copy. Okay, so let's do qmk clean. Okay, and compile again. Also makes me wonder if there is such such a define as 180. Maybe I should check with the QMK. Okay. Gonna save it for later. Most probably I'll be frequent guest here. Okay, let's check pointing device and rotation. Oh no, seems like it is defined. Let's do. I think it still applies. Point device rotation. Okay, so this is common config. So it's 90, 180, and 270. And we can also invert X and Y. Okay. So let me try to send the file again and flash it. It doesn't seem to change much. Let's do 270 and just quick compile. Or maybe I should just rotate by 90 since it's like that. Oh, I'm gonna find out soon. Okay, seems like it's compiled. Okay, so it didn't really change much. Let's do 90. It's kind of odd because it doesn't really seem to be recompiling. The path is correct. Ah, okay, I know. I forgot to send it. My bad. Okay, so yeah, that's the perks of having the source separate from QMK. You always forget to do something, either to send, either or to save. Okay, now it's compiling. So that's a good sign. Damn, it's slow. I really have to do something about it. Okay, finished. Okay. Yeah, it works. All I need to do is invert X, and that should do the trick. Okay, okay. Send to QMK. Quick recompile and it should be fine. Oh. Finally. Wow, that took a while. Okay, just okay. And yes, finally. Okay, it works. So left is left, right is right. Everything is fine. And it seems to be working quite okay. I can't really tell the difference if it's a mine sensor or if it's the one from AliExpress. It's quite nice. Quite smooth. Okay. So I think maybe I can swap the keyboards for now. Maybe we won't be needing this one for a while. Okay. It's been a while since I've been using it, and to make matters a little bit worse, not so long ago I swapped the whole all the chords for the main layer. I had to swap it. So now I'm kind of like green like anyone else. Oh yeah, okay, feels good. Okay, scrolling is fine. All right. Okay, so as I promised, we have to take a look at the boot magic. And this is something that I think will come handy. Where is it? Let's do Control F. Boot magic. Okay, there it is, boot magic. So what do we need to do in roles? We have to add boot magic enable. That looks easy. And then over here we have to specify which key will be used. Okay, boot magic row and boot magic column. Okay, looks easy. Looks easy. So let's start with the rules. MK. Okay, so what was it supposed to be? Boot magic. How do I do underscore? I also have like a cheat sheet. So this is how all the chords look like. So for example, if I want to have B, I have to press these two keys together. If I want to have C, I have to press these two, and so on, so on, so on. So what I'm looking now is the underscore. So these are, I designed this layout to be first and foremost easy to remember, and then from the experience like before, I know which keys are easier to press, which one are harder to press. I mean, in terms of combination, which keys, like if you need to press like 2 or 3 keys, which ones are easier. So the easiest ones I just assign to the letters that are the most common, and the least common letters I just put them on those chords that are like the least easy to press, like the most difficult. So our underscore and minus are here. So okay, let's try. So it was either this or yeah, this one. Okay, so it's should be quite easy to remember. So on the left side is the minus, and on the right side the same combo is the underscore. So you don't really have to use shift. You can also do shift and minus. This will give you underscore. Okay, so let's continue. Boot magic, right? And okay, now I need to check where's the equal sign, equals, and I think okay, it's over here. Kind of easy. And we okay, so just okay, let's do yes. Okay, boot magic yes, and save. All right. So that's one thing, right? And now we need to go to the config.h. Oh, it's a bit mess here. Let's just put it here. So for the, like now we need to put the hash sign. All I need to do, because I have like a separate layer for that, I don't really have to do like shift and 3 and so forth. I can just press it directly. I kind of forgot how was it defined. Okay, so it's this one. I really got rusty with this. Okay, define. Now caps lock. Boot magic underscore row. Okay, so for me, if we take a look at the, okay, so we have only one row, and it looks like that. So for us, the row will be 0 as well, but then the column. So I think that's column 0, 1, and so forth. So the first key, I would like to use letter A, which is L1. So L1 is like actually the last one. So this is like, I think I have like 16 keys. Okay, 25 because all the encoders and stuff. So I think it will be 24 because it goes from 0. So this this will be 0. How did I put? Need to check how was the layer for the numbers. Okay, this one. So okay, so boot magic row will be 0, and okay, and now boot magic column. Okay, where did I put L? It's getting interesting. Okay, boot magic. I think it's column, so it's the full. Okay, boot magic column, and I think it will be 24. Okay, let's save. Okay, so we have rules modified. We have boot magic enabled in rules. I'm not quite sure if it's also in. Oh yes, boot magic. It's here as well. So maybe I don't have to put it in the rules. Maybe I can just leave it. If I only enable this one in the in info.json, but we need upper lowercase. Okay. I wonder how it's gonna turn out. Okay, so this is modified. We also have this selected row and column. Put magic row, put magic column. Okay, so that's okay. Now upload, and yet another painfully slow compilation. So technically, if it works, and I disconnect the keyboard, and then I hold the key, I plug it back in, instead of like booting normal, it should boot directly to the programming mode. So this might be like a lifesaver later on if we end up like changing any keys or anything like that. And another thing, since we swapped the MCU, I am very curious if it's also gonna like break after a while. But usually it takes some time. On the other one, I think it takes like a couple of hours of work to make it crash. Okay, so it finished. Okay, but now I need a second keyboard. If I flash this one, I won't be able to press any key. Okay, so programming mode. Okay, send. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the File Explorer open. Now I will just disconnect. I hope I won't kill the OBS Studio by... Okay, let's just press the key, plug it back in. And nothing. Nothing happens. But the keyboard works. So have I used the wrong key? Let's check again. Let's count this. 24th. It should be okay. 24th. And what did they put here? Hmm. Okay, that's interesting. So technically it should be this key, which is over here, and this should be our A. Okay, one more try. So it doesn't work. At this point I'm not quite sure if it's because of the way how I'm reading this, but technically it should be that, but maybe it's not the last one. I think, okay, I think it's 0 because that's the least significant bit, if I remember correctly. So it's not 24th, it's actually key number 0. It's gonna be the first bit on. So let's change that to 0. Okay, quick upload, and let's compile it now. Yeah, I think I'm right now. I forgot about it because the way it works, it's not really. If you look at the bit value, this is the highest bit, and this is the lowest. Like position-wise, this is actually 24th, and this is 0. I guess. I hope I'm right. If not, then I don't know. I guess we'll have to try like a debug and see the output from the console. Like how does the matrix respond? Okay. Compiling. Okay, done. Finally. It's taking so long. I really need to fix that. Okay, so let's do DFU mode. Okay. Well, the 2040 is really fast in terms of like rebooting. I just upload the firmware and it's done. VR usually takes like a second to boot up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna unplug this keyboard. I'm gonna hold A key and plug it back in, and nothing. That works. Okay, maybe if I hold a different key. Nope. Okay, so now it got a little bit more interesting. So I guess let's take a look again. Well, also, I'm not quite sure if this boot magic in JSON is this enough. Maybe I will try to leave this one on. Boot magic. Did I put it? Ah, boot magic and okay. Now I know why it didn't work. I put the wrong name. I put boot magic boot magic enable. Okay. So now when I change that, I hope I was right at least about the key position. I'm gonna give it a try. Okay, it's taking so long. Oh my god. It's kind of odd because machine is quite fast, 5800 X3D. So I guess the MSys is this slow. Okay, finally. Okay. So one more try. So I'm gonna unplug it. Let me just move the file explorer. So technically, if I plug it back in, it should pop up. And it didn't. Okay, never mind. So let's try the other key. Also nothing. Oh, that's interesting. The keyboard works. Oh, wait. Let's try again. Okay, nothing happens. Let's try the other key. and also nothing. But the keyboard works. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, let's one more check. So boot magic enable. Okay, so this one is correct. And the config file boot magic row and boot magic column. Ah, okay. Okay, I was wrong because the 0 might be actually, if that's 0, so technically it's one of the encoders. I think it's right horizontal up. Yeah, so I won't be able to hold that. So okay, so let's change back to 24 and save and send. Okay. This compiling this thing is killing me today. Such a time waster. I hope this time it's gonna work. If not, then I think I will have to fire up the debugging and just like check which key is where. But technically it should work because the way it's the way I put it here. So basically this is how the matrix is being read and how it's being put. Okay, done. So boot mode. Okay, now it works. Hold the key, plug it in, and nothing. How come? Okay, let's try the other key. Still nothing. I suspect there is something wrong with the boot magic. Like maybe I just put something wrong. If we look at this. Oh, okay, now I see. It's a mistake of mine again. Because for AVR I was... what I removed? This is removed. I was optimizing the size. So this magic enable is removed. Okay, now I'm confused. But it's comment out, so it should be... Yeah, it shouldn't be in effect. So it should work. That is kind of interesting. Looks like we did everything correct. Boot magic row and column. Neither of these worked for me. So everything is to be set correctly. We have boot magic enable. Yeah. Boot magic row, boot magic column in config, and the config is here. Okay, okay. So if I enable debug mode, I wonder if I will be able to see something. Here boot magic is also true. Or even here I have the columns defined over here. So it's only one row, and these are the columns. Yeah, but this one is not really defined. But that's not really that much important because I still have my own matrix, so this doesn't really translate. Okay, let's do like a quick check. Okay, maybe I will just make some space. Since this one is not working, I will just move the Chordie to the side and go back to this keyboard. Chordie occupies less space. I can have it like on the side. Okay. So I think there was a there should be some there is no debug here. I think I had a yes, okay, I put it here. So this is where I can enable debug. So let's just debug matrix. I think this should do. So that's one thing, and then in JSON I think we have to enable console. And I guess that's it. I think that will be it. So let's just move it here. So we have this. Yeah, I guess to have the debug mode, I just need to change these two things: enable console and just change this this one here. Ah, okay, I forgot debug enable. Okay, so let's just cancel this. This one is saved. Okay, let's compile again. Here we have QMK toolbox, and as soon as we have debug console connected, there should be like a pop-up here, and it should be able to read the output from the keyboard. That's a very handy feature. Like, it saved me so many times when I was writing something, and you know, you can't really debug that well. I mean, there is a way to use, I think, Visual Studio and some plugins. I never really dig deep into it, but like this print and debug, it's like old school. Okay. Okay. Does it work? Okay, keyboard works, but it doesn't output anything. Wait, maybe if I press a key. Nope. Okay, I think there was there's one more tool, and the name is HID listen. I hope I have it somewhere. Okay, we can always download HID listen, and I think it comes here from this store. They're selling Tinsy, and okay, this is the one. Okay, this is how it looks like, and from what I see, there is nothing. That's kind of odd, because it seems like all the changes that I do in the config, they don't really like compile in, even though it seems to be like compiling and doing everything. Like the same thing with this boot magic. Just close. So this is enabled, and then in rules. Maybe I should put console enable here as well. I think I tried that before. I mean, it worked just by putting it in the JSON file. I don't really understand what's happening. Let's check console output. It's not here. Debugging QMK. Okay, so this is what needs to be done to debug. So we have this. Okay. Okay, console enable, yes. Okay, let's, maybe I should try, I mean, maybe I should add this as well to the rules. Mounting device, enable. Okay, so console enable, yes. Yep, that should do the trick. Console enable, yes. Because now it seems like it didn't even like compile in the console output, because even if there was nothing being like output from the keyboard, it should still like a pop-up, like a debug device, but there's nothing here at the moment. Okay, console enable. I hope I didn't commit any typo. Okay, so recompile. I hope this will fix the issue and we can finally get a console output, or at least like a console device on the QMK, or maybe on HID listen. I think both should work at the same time. Not a big thing. Oh, Rhoda Brody, hello, hello. Good to see you. How's your day so far? Okay, compiled. Please work this time. I'm so sick and tired of looking at the compilation progress on this thing. Yeah, okay, now it works. Finally. Very good, thank you. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so let's take a look. If I press a key, okay, so it's showing something. There is a... Oh, it looks like you can't really see. Okay, maybe... Okay, this one doesn't work. Okay, let's try again. Because it seems like the console is not really visible. One more try with the QMK toolbox. Okay, so it looks like QMK doesn't really see the device. Okay. One more try with the HID listen. Okay, I think it's visible on the stream. Okay. Okay, now it works. Now it works. So as you can see, I pressed a key and number 1 is over here. So this means that this key was pressed. So if I press the A key as I intended, oh, okay, that's interesting. So the A is not really on 0, 0. I think that might be because I am reading like all those I2C expanders. So everything is put together like a bit oddly because I skip keys that I don't need. So which one is it? This is 9, 16. Oh, 15. That seems to be 24th. So that's the... This is not the first one. That's interesting how those keys... Well, I think the... Okay, I think it was a bit different. Okay, so let's check this one. So this one should be 7. So this is the rightmost key on the right side. 7. Okay, so let's go with the 7. Where was the config? Okay, it's here. So let's do 7 here. Okay, and compilation again. My God, it's a punishment. But I hope this time it works. Just like a quick look, how is the matrix being printed anyway? Okay, so I don't think I changed anything here. Is it rotating on the rows, not columns? Still not done yet. Okay, finally. Okay, so we have this done. Keyboard works right now. Okay, so I will try to reset. And still nothing. Something is off. Okay. So I think this keyboard also has a debug enabled because it seems to be outputting something as well. So on the Chordie, I am not quite sure how is it being calculated. If it's 7 or yeah, should be 7, but like the 7 doesn't work. And looking at it, so this is like super far away. One of those keys should work. One of those keys should work. Oh well, but it doesn't. That's interesting. So the connection is fine. Keyboard works. Have I swapped this by accident? Maybe. Let's try. Let's try like this. But it shows like the row is 0 and the column is like 7, 8 for this key. So it should work. I'm under the impression there's something wrong with the boot magic. It's not really working. I have a second keyboard config. Let's check this one. Okay, so this looks okay. Layout. Okay, so this one is defined 0 and 6. So if you look at it, so the column 0, row 0, yes, and column 6. So seems like this key. Okay, but there is nothing in the roles file, but in the JSON file I have boot magic enabled here. Do I need to enable extra key? Yeah, might be. Might be. I am not quite sure, but this might be. That might be it. Okay, let's just try. Let's try the extra key. Something's telling me that. Oh, but I have it on, so it's okay. So it should work. Oh. Technically, it should be working. Everything is enabled. Position is correct, at least for this key. Seems to be column 7, because it's this key right here. But also, I wonder like if it has anything to do with how the keyboard is actually reading, because maybe BootMagic is trying to like read the key before like the whole thing is initialized, and since I am reading from the expander, that is difficult to figure out right now. Kind of the row and the column is correct, so that's what it says. It's column number 7 and the row is 0, 0. I wonder if there is like anything else that I need to put for the boot magic. Let's read this from boot magic enable. Okay, so we have these two. Okay, it's not a typical split keyboard, so this doesn't apply. Because like from the firmware perspective, the way I read both parts, I just put it like a one piece, so I don't really need these two, because the other keyboard is working the same way, and I just use the normal config row and column. So this shouldn't really matter. Okay. Take a look again. Yeah, so these keys are like moving towards the right. So that's interesting. This is 6th and this is 7th. Oh no, this is from the other side. Ah. Okay. Let's take a look again. Define and define. Boot magic row and boot magic column. So we have that. Row and column. So this looks okay. So we'll change that. If we check the so this is A key. So this is A key, and if I press it, it's actually, yeah. So that is correct. So this is A, and it's actually at the end. And if I press next to it, yeah, so that's the next one. So this is correct. So this number, so the number that is being printed here, so this one is actually the seventh key, and this one is 24th. So this part should be correct. Yet there is something wrong. That's interesting. But it does look like the numbering is correct. So this is like the last key, second last, and the next one should be 6, yeah. So we have like from here, that was A, then the next one, that was A, that's the next one, so 8, 7, because it also prints on release. And this is another one. I wonder. Okay, let's compare the source code that works, like a quick look. So if there's anything, either enable it or enable. This looks okay. GPIO and source. So technically it's the same one. I mean, there's not much difference here. What is this LTO enable? Do like a quick search. QMK LTO enable. This is some kind of optimization, if I remember correctly. Okay, LTO enables link time. Okay, when compiling this makes the process take longer, but it can reduce the compile size. Well, we don't really care about the size, at least not yet. So that's not it. That's not the difference we are looking for. So from the rules MK perspective, everything is fine. So if we take a look here at the JSON, okay, boot magic is enabled as well, and okay, console mouse key, we don't need that. The light leader key and pointing device. Yeah, there's nothing else that relates to the boot magic. This is just for the undergo, and this one as well is to define. This is how long the tapping term is, so that's not really changing much. Okay, so basically it should work. Everything is defined and everything seems to be correct, yet it doesn't work. Okay, row and column 7. Yeah, that's what we get, like this one is 7. Okay, one more try. Oop. Okay, now it's not reading correctly. Okay, so it looks like there's some error when it's like booting up. Maybe that's the issue. Where does this come from, actually? It shouldn't really affect anything. If I try this keyboard, well, I forgot which key was it. Yeah, so there are some errors here when I put Chordie. Left side, right side. Well, I could try, if I still had a Alt AVR, I could try this on AVR. Maybe this is like ARM specific, or maybe there's something wrong with the way it's reading. Because if we look at it here, this error. Okay, so when it's scanning the matrix, okay, I have an idea. What if I just let's recompile, and I will just leave one half. I will just connect one half and skip the other one. Maybe it will like try to boot just a guess, maybe it would boot into DFU when there's just only one site. I just need to recompile this. So the 7th key is this one. So it should work. Okay. So a quick recompile. Yeah, for the next stream, I'll definitely try to set up this VM to speed up the process, because like it's really wasting the time just waiting for it to compile. I hope it will be faster on like a Linux VM or something like that. I'm very curious, like what's wrong with this boot magic? The last thing, but I don't think I will do it today. Next time on Friday, what I can do, because I do have like a very simple layout for this one, which is this. So there's nothing really much here. It's not even the chording engine. Yeah, and there's like a boot key over here, so I could try loading this and maybe try to do something with this one. Maybe see if it behaves different than when it's in the chording engine. Maybe there's something with the chording engine that is kind of like, yeah, could be because this engine kind of supersedes the whole QMK. So actually every key is not really processed by QMK, it's being sent to this engine. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's why it's not working. It's possible, because like everything else seems to be fine. And if we take a look at the keymap file, yeah, so basically it takes everything in. That could be it. Let's see. Let's see what Denitom says about it. Features, chords, one shots, log command mode, leader key. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really know how does QMK implements the boot magic. Yeah, it's possible that it's like overwriting the whole thing, so it's not really processing. That's the leader key, test, caveats. Okay, so decode. Okay, there's nothing here. Okay, so okay, we got this compiled. I will just upload. Okay. Okay, so let's check one more time. Let's just unplug the keyboard, plug it back in. Okay. So this works. So if I hold the key, nope, nothing's happening. So it doesn't really, most probably that's the issue, that the engine is like on top, sits on top of QMK, and maybe this one thing is not really being handled. Okay, we're gonna test this on Friday. I will prepare the VM. I really hope that this will speed up everything. And I hope I'm right about this QMK, about the Denitom engine, that it kind of like sits on top of QMK, and maybe this one feature is not kind of working properly. We can test that. I can use like the default one that is like full QMK. The scheme up is no chording engine, no nothing. It's just plain old QMK. And if this one works, then yes, then I guess I will be right. So we will have to either leave it as is, just skip boot magic. I still have I can still enter DFU from the keyboard. So as long as I don't mess up the layout, I don't mess up the chords, I should be good. But if I change something and this chord kind of like drops off somewhere, so then I will have to, I guess, open up and then press the buttons. So yeah, that will be difficult. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope maybe you have also learned something. On the next stream, if I manage to make things work with the VM, I will show you how to have like external QMK compilation, so you don't have to really worry about like updating your QMK or anything like that. You can have your source sitting in one place, and then just anytime you, preferably somewhere in the cloud, and then anytime you change it, you can just send it to the QMK, to the VM, and compile from there. The only drawback to this is that you can't really use the commands like QMK flash, because the flash really then sits on the virtual machine, and it can't really see the hardware that is being plugged in. Well, technically, if you use, I was thinking about using Hyper-V because it's free and it's a part of Windows. But if you go with VM like VMware, which is now free, I think VMware you can redirect the hardware to the machine. So technically, you should be able to just flash it directly from the VM. You can just pass through the USB device, and that will be it. Yeah, maybe I will try that as well. I see and report back which method works better. Hyper-V is actually, no, it's free. It should be free, I hope, forever, and it's part of the system, so that's kind of like easy to install, easy to use. But then you can't really attach the hardware to it. Even like using the logging to the virtual machine, you used to have to use like remote desktop. So that is a bit of like an issue. But yeah, okay. Anyways, once again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Tune in on Friday. Check the schedule on Twitch and on YouTube. If anything happens and I won't be able to stream on Friday, I will definitely post new dates. And yeah, that's it. Thank you one more time, and enjoy your day, enjoy your evening, maybe have a good sleep, and thanks for watching.